So last time you guys unintentionally saved Palpatine from being assassinated.
Yeah,
Happens.
And then Shola told you all that she has an ancient Sith Emperor in her head, which is why there's that picture on screen, just as a visual representation of what she's talking about.
And after that bombshell, because he was not within range of hearing, you were snuck up upon by a Wookiee and hugged and patted on the heads before he went back to the ship.
Actually, when we were talking, we discussed that you would probably be stealthing and you would have a lampshade over your head and we wouldn't notice.
Lampshade.
I was gonna say that, but after like Nathan's probably still trying to figure out how to react to what he was just told, and Shola hears Valkorian's voice in her head. I can't believe you did that. Now that they know I'm here, they can see me.
What?
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Fool you!
I'm still invisible.
They say Sith are without humor.
Oh man. Sorry. So go on.
Yeah.
I think Shola's waiting for your reaction. Also confused by the fact that Valkorian just told a joke.
I'm sorry. Feel like I just got to put my thoughts together with this. I feel like I guess I could just actually say that as like just like Nathan's like trying to piece it all together, get his thoughts in going motion. It's like, man, that's a lot to take in.
I'm frightened, Nathan.
What?
I'm sorry.
I'm frightened.
It's like I am
Frightened
too.
Because his
Did
power-
Shola tell Nathan this while no one else was around, or?
Yeah.
I think she went to his room to tell him this.
Yeah.
Unless the Wookiee is stealthing around listening, like he normally does to every
Hear the
conversation
doors.
they have.
If anything, the Wookiee is out messing around with something else. Probably mostly watching the ship.
I was picturing Roger come running down the hallway and going, "Did somebody say sit there first?" But no, that doesn't happen.
She goes, I'm frightened. This power I can call on from him is intoxicating. But it scares me.
I
don't know
mean,
what to do.
You do realize that you can't use this power forever, right? Because you know what'll happen.
Part of me is afraid and says don't do it, but another part of me feels rather excited.
Excited? How would you be excited about, well, shooting lightning out of your hands and hurting people? Wait, we already do that kind of.
Wait. We're assholes.
Matt. Sorry.
Just looks around for a moment.
You're right, Nathan. I can't use this power forever. But maybe there's some hope for this. I didn't know of a master that specialized in this sort of thing, but more around the lines how to persevere over the dark side and not let it get the best of you. But I don't know if she's around, alive, dead, or if there's any of her teachings left.
You're thinking this master will help you quell the dark side of you?
Not quell it per se. She taught people how to persevere through it.
Interesting. Well, if she's the best bet to help you out, I'd say we should go for it when we have the time and chance.
I'll think about it.
Who knows? Maybe she could see some potential in me.
Oh, you don't want this one to be master. She was controversial, to say the least, among her peers.
It's like David George's shoulder. It's like, what's wrong?
And she puts her hand on Nathan's chest.
Oh.
But
Oh.
right now we have to figure out our next move and discuss with. I suppose I should tell Beard or Grow. I don't want to tell Roger one. He'll go screaming bloody murder.
Yes, don't tell him about it. Don't.
I what?
No, we're not talking about you. Go away.
Just a happy coincidence that you just heard that.
I'm just gonna. He's not actually nearby. You just heard him yell that from like down the hall somewhere. You just heard his name.
Right. Yeah, she puts her hand on Nathan's chest. And goes, I'm afraid what will entail, but what we should do is talk to Grow, and although he's captain of the ship, I'm captain of this unit in the rebels, so I should go. Me and Grow should discuss what our next move with the Rebel Alliance is, because
Yeah, I understand.
I just yeah.
Out of character, real quick. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I mean, you do technically need to report back to let them know what happened, regardless of
Yeah.
what you do after that. But it just occurred to me. I have completely. It's been multiple sessions since you got him, but I keep forgetting to make a token for Mark
Oh. Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Protocol droid.
Yeah, he's probably just been mostly staying on the ship anyways. He's a protocol droid. He's not meant for blazing fights.
Unless he's manning a turret, because he's good at that.
Yeah, he can easily sit and watch the ship and man the turret in case anything gets close, but otherwise he's kind of just gonna not be part of things mostly.
He's gonna just hobble really slowly and get shot to pieces.
And
So,
shout, "Oh dear!" when he gets barely missed.
Oh dear.
Oh dear!
and she's gonna pull. She's gonna kiss Nathan on the cheek, and then go get out and tell Beard, and then go to Grow, I guess.
Like
Yeah.
Bro is like some he's a mood killer.
I'm gonna kind of just abridge what the conversation with Beard would be, is that you'd tell him about it and he'd be shocked and give you the usual spiel about how he believes in you.
Right.
I believe
As for Grow, she sees him helping on the ship and decides to help out, like hand him
his-
things.
In his case, he's probably piloting the ship on the way
Yeah.
back. to
Oh
base.
yeah, she
Yeah.
can probably sit right next to him. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, if we're still in the ship and we're still heading back, then yeah.
Sure.
Probably just walk
Just-
into the cabin, the front cabin, and just talk to him then. Just keeping an eye on things.
This may be a bit hypocritical for me to say, but it's complicated. I've been calling on the dark side in our fights, and that's why you shall lightning shoot from my hand.
So you're telling this girl, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of blinks, nods, thinks about it for a moment. And kind of replies afterwards. I was kind of wondering what was going on. You did seem odd a few times lately.
It's complicated. I've been drawing power from an ancient Symphoper that apparently is stuck in my head somehow. I don't know how, but he's always listening, always talking, and he knows things. And right now I'm really terrified that it's going to consume me.
Nods, thanks for a moment. So I take it you have a plan in mind for this thing? Because obviously you're not just going to sit by and let it happen, I wouldn't think.
There's a chance. I've been thinking about an old Jedi Master. If there's any knowledge, if she survived, any knowledge, anything that can help me with this, she'd probably be the one to go to. Though she was controversial within the Order. She
All right.
used to savagely beat her apprentices to let their dark side out so they can recognize their weaknesses and overcome them.
He does kind of grimace a little bit, like, that seems a little over unnecessary, but
Oh
okay.
my god.
Yeah.
So do you know where she last was spotted, or are we planning to
Last
a
I
excursion to go
heard-
find her?
I don't know where to find her, but last I heard she put herself in exile because some apprentices did fell to the dark side. But I don't know if she's alive or not. I don't know if she survived attack because I heard Jedi from all over were wiped out.
Yeah, but those were the ones that were active in the Order. She went into hiding already.
In the middle of your conversation, you kind of hear from behind you. What was her name again? You both kind of look back and you realize that Hermit's been sitting in the corner meditating the whole time and you didn't notice he was there.
Well, that's complicated in itself because she abandoned her name for a title that was given to her because she believed that material possession was not the way of the Jedi, even names. They called her the Dark Woman. Her name was, before that, was Anya Kuro. Anya Kuro, yeah, that's it. Do you know something, Hermit?
Says, I may have heard rumors about somebody that matched his description that you're talking about. I'd have to search my memory banks to find the exact information.
Well, Hermit can look up that information if he has something for that, and we can finish turning in what happened to the rebels, and then tell them that we need to go seek some more Jedi help for you.
Yes, sounds like a plan.
If nothing else, it's a light lie, not a full lie.
Mhm.
So I guess she kind of smiles and watches Grow just kind of pilot the ship through hyperspace.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just see
And,
all the stars racing past as we keep going.
Hermit suddenly says, I remember. I remember now. I heard rumors about somebody like that showing up on Dathomir a while back.
Dathomir.
And then Shola kind of takes a big gulp.
Oh?
The
Nani?
planet of the dark side witches?
Oh, no, I remember that planet. Shit.
Says yes. A somewhat unusual force wielder that matches the description of your Dark Woman appeared there a while back and was causing trouble for them.
Shola thinks about it for
Oh.
a second, and as terrified as she is, she's more terrified what she would become if she keeps things as they are. So she's gonna think about it and go, as much as I'm terrified, if there's even a slight chance I can find on Dathomir a chance to free myself of this or overcome it, then Dathomir I will go. But first we must report in the base.
So you arrive back at the base, and you kind of you're escorted by a couple rebel troops to a meeting chamber where several leaders are currently here. Let's see here. Where's the other one? I didn't have her set up properly in advance. And okay, so you arrive, and there's other people here as well, but I'm just kind of putting tokens down for the most important people in the room. You're welcomed back, and before they ask you for your report, they introduce you to Giro the Hutt, who they explain is a somewhat of a military expert for Jabba's clan. He's currently here as a representative for them.
Okay.
He says, "Ah, so you're the Nova Squadron I've heard about."
That's us.
And you realize he also said this in common rather than speaking in Hutt. He doesn't even have a protocol droid with him. He kinda,
Big Wookiee nods.
he just kind of does like a light bow in his chair.
Just hope it doesn't fall out of the chair.
Then Ahsoka says, "So, what did happen on Naboo? We've only heard rumors, and Saw Gerrera never returned."
Saw Gerrera betrayed us.
What
He
didn't
joined.
happen?
He betrayed us to join the Legion.
They all look kind of irritated by this, obviously. Ahsoka says, what would cause him to do that?
Turns out there was a temple there that the Emperor was using to some sort of ritual, but he used it as an opportunity to try to assassinate him.
So he was working with the Legion to try and assassinate the Emperor. How did that play out?
We tried our best not to get involved, but we did end up finding some of the Legion's people. We don't know how the end result is, but there was complete chaos over there.
The Wookiee also barks in. It did not help that the Legion also dropped what can only be called a monstrosity that shouldn't even be alive.
Do you ever heard of a name it spoke a name, Savage Opress. Does that ring any bells to any of you?
Ahsoka and Kanan both look kind of shocked to hear this name. We've heard of him, but he was killed during the Clone Wars.
Well, they
I
brought
pull
him
out the
back,
little
so-
horn.
So they're trying to assassinate the Emperor. You chose to try avoid getting involved as best as you could. And Kanan says, "I can't exactly say how I would have acted in that situation either. They're both enemies." Gyros,
Actually, I'll let you go.
Gyro pipes in and says, "If it were me, I would have let them fight each other and then destroyed the victor."
Grow also adds in, also the Emperor apparently, due to us using a little bit of force on the borders of their encampment, was aware of us and was literally talking to us.
Apparently, the Emperor already knew about me. He's got info ways in the Force about people telling him things, so I don't know if that's useful. He has a way of sort of probing people's minds.
Oh, I'm right back, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Excuse me.
Kanan says that's not a completely unheard of force ability, but it is worrying. I'll wait till Nathan gets back. Or Claylex gets back.
Okay, back.
Okay. Ozzie?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Ahsoka says the most worrying thing about this is that there's plenty of soldiers that were loyal to Saw Gerrera that we can't be sure of how they're going to respond to this.
It's troubling.
Giro says it is the most unfortunate time for this to happen, as we've been having trouble rallying all of the Hutt clans to work together. Too much greed and indecision has left us with few troops that are able to actually aid you. There are many people that didn't like Jabba that aren't that bothered by the fact that he's been ousted from Tatooine, but their short-sightedness keeps them from seeing how this is going to end up affecting them in the future.
Right. So, that's our report. What's our next move?
Well, there's no more missions at present, so yeah, I should say Ahsoka's saying this. We don't have any other current missions. It's going to take us a while to decide what our next move should be. However, and kind of like mid-sentence, you hear the doorway to the chamber open up, and as someone enters, and wait, didn't I? I did not make a sheet for this character. You hear a voice say, "Well, I've heard that you have a few Jedis in training in need of help."
Shell's eyes just widen. And she just goes, Master Kenobi?
Hello there.
Hello there.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Can't pull that punch.
I hope someone clipped that. and she just kind of does a curtsy and goes, I don't know if you remember me, but I was in the service corps. My name's Shola Zandrake.
He goes,
Oh my god, I didn't know this was actually Obi-Wan.
yeah, it's Obi-Wan.
Literally New Hope Obi-Wan.
Yeah, a little younger, but there's not really a good image for like in between Clone Wars and New Hope.
No, that's
Mhm.
fine. Yeah.
But you know, Kanan and Ahsoka are obviously kind of surprised to see him as well. In fact, Ahsoka runs up to him and gives him a hug.
Yeah, because that's
Shola joins in the hug as well.
who are you?
Roger one kind of just walks up and goes, ah. And everybody, which just ruins the moment, and everybody looks at him like, what? Why is he doing that? And Hermit kind of smacks him across the head.
It's good to see you made it and alive.
He goes, well, I wouldn't even be here if it weren't for the chaos of the times interrupting the duty I was currently dealing with. It's very hard to protect someone on Tatooine when the planet gets conquered.
Oh. And someone ask him.
So, who are you protecting, and what happened, and how did you make it out? I have so many questions. I don't know what to say.
He kind of holds his hand up and says, all in due time. He goes, but he does look at you and says, I do remember you vaguely, but something definitely feels different about you now. It's like I feel the presence of two people when I look at you.
Oh no, bro.
It's
Gro
complicated.
immediately looks to Obi-Wan and back to Shola.
I probably should explain, but first, these are my friends. This is also, I've been training him in the ways of the Force, but I wouldn't go as far as to say I've had one, but this is Gro. He's a Wookiee in training.
Goes-
Wookiee in training.
He says, nice to meet you, Gro. Master Yoda always spoke well of the Wookiees.
Getting it ready. Getting it. Phone, why you take so long to load this page when I need you most? This is why I should load this thing at the beginning of every stream. There we go. There. Got a little something. Basically a Wookiee hello back to him.
Right.
And that his family also remembers Master Yoda.
Right.
Right.
Um,
She also goes, and this may not be Force sensitive, but he's of the Earhart siblings. He's the youngest. This is Nathan. Nathan, this is of the Jedi Master Council, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay, so like, yeah, so Nathan tries to do like a embarrassing kind of bow and be like, hello there. He's trying to come.
Oh,
If this was an anime, Shola would smack him against the back of the head with a fan.
No, disrespect the master.
he's kind of walked up like a little bit slowly, but you know, after Nathan does that, Beard kind of walks up and says, "It's good to see you again, General Kenobi."
Oh.
Because you know, Beard's a clone trooper.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, you guys are talking to Obi-Wan, and some of the other people kind of leave the room at this point because their meeting's more or less done.
Hmm.
Right.
Like pretty much everyone except for Ahsoka and Obi-Wan have left.
Yeah. Shola goes up and after everyone's introduced, and goes, "I have quite a big problem. Now that everyone's out of the room, I could probably say it, and I trust Ahsoka. But I found out I have a Sith Emperor in my mind, or something, of an ancient Sith Emperor, very powerful. And I figured I could look for any info on Anya Kuro to help me with this. But you are a master, you're probably wise in this."
He takes a moment to just kind of take in what you said as he's sitting down in a chair now. Says, "Yes, I suppose that would make sense. I may not be the best to teach you to deal with that, although I can still train and grow." Hermit, kind of repeats the information he heard previously. And Obi-Wan does say, "Yeah, I have heard rumors about things happening on Dathomir. I wouldn't suggest going there alone, though."
No, and I will take Herman and Beard with, but I would like a huge favor. And Chola starts to get up and puts her hand on Nathan's shoulder and goes, "Would you please teach Nathan in the ways of the Force and find out if he is or is not Force sensitive?"
Yes, thank you.
But I know this means that I may have to leave Nathan for a time.
Nani? No.
So
Nani?
It's like, yeah. Oh.
and she goes and she begins to take apart her lightsaber.
It's like,
And
what are you doing?
And she hands like the core components to Nathan. And then
they're
she
like-
hands him the crystal and goes, "When you forge a lightsaber, it will be a part of you, a representation of you. You will have this as remembrance of me, to have me a forever part of you."
It's like Nathan doesn't know it, but like tears are starting to fall down onto his cheeks, and then he just like says to himself quietly, he's like, "Jedi doesn't cry. Jedi doesn't cry."
Oh, they cried. They just don't let people know about it.
Yeah, it's like that's yeah.
She goes to Garo, and she goes, "It's tradition in the order for a student and a master to, in celebration, have a gift from master to student. Although I was not officially your master, you were a very good student." And she takes out one of the books that she got from the dead guy and hands it to Grau, and it's like, "May it be insightful in your endeavors." I miss that. Yeah, and I'll leave Roger 1 in your guys' care. You'll need someone to lighten your sour moods.
Herman actually makes a comment. Goes, "Perhaps I should stay with them and Roger 1 should go with you instead. They clearly need more work on their lightsaber combat, and I could be a better sparring partner."
Oh man. Oh, okay.
Is that alright with you, Roger 1?
Goes, "I don't mind going and shooting some witches."
Better not run my laser
That's a
blast.
slight chuckle. A slight chuckle. Then, I suppose, what do you think of all this, Ahsoka?
She goes, well, I'm no master. So, as someone who's no longer a Jedi, my philosophy has been do what feels right.
I feel that I really need to seek out the Dark One. And I have no idea what the future will. She just begins having tears fall from her face. And she takes in the whole group into one big hug.
I'm already feel like I'm gonna miss you.
You'll have a part of me with you. And you'll always be the Wookiee with the biggest heart. I'll miss you most of all, Scarecrow. Oh, just kidding.
What?
I'm gonna miss you most of all, Scarecrow. Just had this random Scarecrow there, and you're going, wait, when did this guy join our crew?
Immediately, the Wookiee turns around and something knows that he must set the Scarecrow on fire.
Right.
But then you unleash his fear toxin.
But in all seriousness, whatever. She takes a big hug. She cries. So I suppose we're going to take separate ships. Ahsoka, is there an available ship to take us to Dathomir?
Yeah, there's plenty of unused ships, especially now that some people turn traitor on us.
Well, we'll pick the one that would give them the biggest salt in their wounds.
So that's actually about where I think we're gonna end up wrapping it up, because I really just need to set some things up for why certain things are gonna have happened during the time skip.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Because more or less, Grow, Nathan, and Hermit are gonna be with Obi-Wan on Tatooine, kind of harassing the Legion.
I was gonna say we're probably
directly
gonna be there
fighting.
harassing the messing with the Legion while also getting our Jedi training and see if we're, and also make sure if Nathan is really force sensitive or not.
Right. And Shola's gonna go track down the Dark Woman with Beard and Roger One. And let's see. So everybody's gonna have
Which also
100.
means that Grow's gonna have an interesting note to send back home, which is, "Hi, I'm being trained by Obi-Wan."
Yeah. So everybody's gonna get from the time skip. Everybody's gonna have 150 experience to work with to add stuff.
151, you said?
Yeah, 150.
150.
Oh, there you go. Let me.
Yeah, and I'm gonna spend Nathan's experience for him. So, but
Oh, okay. So I could just
We're
leave it
straightening out
alone.
your
then?
yeah, well, you can change. You can add the experience points to your sheet. So I know how much I have to work with when I go to look at your character sheet. But
Yeah. Oh wait. 150, right?
yes,
Yeah,
150 additional points added now, yes.
Okay.
and I think you already had some you hadn't spent yet.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, right now, like with the ones that I don't have, like I'm trying to just count it out. I got like 225 XP I can spend.
5, 6.
And that's without the 150 or after.
After the 150.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll give me plenty to work with to make him tougher.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, the main thing with Hermit though, staying with them is because I mean, Nathan has like no melee combat experience at all.
He needs a proper melee combat teacher.
Yeah, if you're gonna become if you're gonna become a lightsaber wielder at all.
Yeah.
Or even if he's
Well,
using something that's not a lightsaber.
Yeah,
Either
well,
way,
I did mention that if he did want to take a lightsaber skill, the best tree would be the Source Suit Defender.
Yeah,
Right, Guardian.
I was just saying, like, I think I talked to it with Zareth and Ozzie about it. Like, I could be wrong. Like, stop me if you didn't hear it before. But it's like, basically, I was like, oh, for some reason, I was thinking, oh, it'd be great if, like, what was it, met Obi-Wan, and then it was like, oh, I've learned his particular style. I don't know, just like, I just think it works
Yeah,
well
that's
with,
Source Suit
with
Defender.
Nathan. Yeah, and Soresu, at least like from when I read the book, Soresu, like the best what was
Defensive
it?
style.
Yeah,
It's the best
yeah,
defense.
not only that, the attribute best for Soresu is wisdom, I think.
Intelligence.
Intelligence. So
like,
that's why it also would work for Nathan.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I guess we're gonna call the stream there then. It's been just
Right.
about an hour.
Okay.
So, short episode for you all. Hope you all enjoyed, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks for more Star Wars. See you all then.
Yep. For the time skip,
Yep,
baby.
see ya.
Later.
All to the
Bye-bye.
time.